Hi everyone, welcome and thank you for being here. Welcome to day 14. And on day 14, I did 32 kilometers. It was cycling. And as I said, now things are getting better. It is the stories that are getting intense, but the activities are in check. We are good. We are not having trouble doing them. And in year 14 now, I'm in class 6. Or is it class 7? No, I am now in class 7. Sorry. I'm now in class 7. And in class 7 now, we are pre-candidates. We need to be serious. And I was very talkative. I am always talkative. Nowadays, I think I keep to myself more. I try to be quiet. Growing up has taught me you don't need to talk all the time. And there's this rule that we have made in class that when you fight with someone, when you have a fight, it doesn't have to be verbal. There's no need for verbal. You just go behind the class and do it physically, then muheshimiane. My friend, I thrive in those days. I used to thrive in verbal fights because I think God, in His grace and mercy, gives tiny people like me very sharp tongues. We can lash you with our tongues. And so I was very good at that. And I think on my feet. So I would really lash people with my tongue. So when this rule came, I was scared because I'm good with my tongue, not my physical strength. And still, I was still very tiny. And so the boobs that I was afraid of are now not growing as much as I thought they would. It's like they stagnated. And I was very happy about that. And there's this girl we had a fight with. So now people say there's no point of you just exchanging verbally here. So our fight was scheduled for the next day I remember it was behind class 6. That is where you used to fight at break time. I went to bed a very scared girl because I knew this girl was going to beat me to a pulp the next day because she was taller than me. And I knew myself. I knew I was going to be beaten. I was going to be humiliated. And that was the day I was going to be taught how to keep quiet. So we go behind the next day at break time, we go behind there and there's a crowd. I'm the first one here. And there's a crowd and people are talking, people are making noise. And I'm like, oh Lord, I'm going to get it today. So I come up with a strategy. And I'm not going to wait for the referee to say, to blow her whistle. She had not come. I had the advantage of getting to the battlefield before her. So as she comes through behind the crowd, I am acclimatized to this crowd now. I have known them, but no, she's coming, there's noise. And in such instances, you could get afraid. So the moment she reaches the front, I give her, was it a slap or a fist? With all my strength. I'm left-handed. They say we hit different. I hit her and she loses it. It's like she's going to fall down. And the crowd cheers. And that is how I win this fight. I leave when I'm still a hero. I didn't want to be humiliated. I didn't want to do it until she falls down. I remember just hitting her and she loses her balance, and I won that fight on a technicality. I was there before her, and it is good to get to the battlefield before your opponent. That is the lesson I can say here. Yeah, that get to the battlefield before your opponent. And that was the end of the fight, and that is how I won that fight. And so that day, despite being outspoken, despite being good with my tongue, I also got a crown that I can also beat people. Yeah, yes. So that was a confidence boost. No one joked with me, but little did they know I was scared. Before I went for that fight, I was scared. And behind class 6, where we used to do these fights, you know, in boarding school, there's always lack. There's always limited food. There was limited food, and we are growing. We were adolescents. We needed more food. And the food rationing in the dining hall was so small. I remember when we were going to eat, we would pray before getting in. So it would be a rushed prayer. People just go in the name of the Father, of the Son. And Yani, we would do it so fast, and then we storm in. And if you sat on the tables near the door, by the time you got in, your food would be gone. There was a way we were put to sit. So sometimes I sat on a table at the corner. So sometimes there would be someone, we would go in turns. If we were table members, there would be someone watching our food from outside as we came in. So the person who was watching our food was supposed to deter those who are going to pick your food from picking it, because the food was served on the tables and then you'd come in and sit. So some people picked other people's food as they went to their tables. So we had a system of survival. I told you, boarding school teaches you survival. So there was someone who would stand at the table from outside, watch our plates as we came in, to make sure that nobody touched our food. If they saw anyone touching our food, they would tell them, stop it, because they knew you, and nobody wanted that. So our food was safe. So the food was rationed, and sometimes you missed it because you went late. If you come late, you'll not find your food. So behind class 6, we had made somewhere like a shop where we would buy stuff from people from outside. Most of the time we bought sweet potatoes and sukari nguru. That is where my love for sukari nguru came from. And sometimes you'd buy this hard one called mayuai. And, you know, biting it was so hard. There was a time I had it. So you give everyone to bite. You can imagine all the saliva on it. But that was the fun of it. Yeah, everyone was trying to bite. They opened their mouths so wide. By the time they're biting, they just bite a small piece. That is where my love for sukari nguru came from. Would buy sukari nguru and sweet potatoes, mostly from the fence. But if you were found, hey, the kind of lashing you would get. So there would be someone, again, survival. There would be someone who would be watching for snitches if they would be coming. So if someone was coming, you'd be told someone is coming, and then you... In fact, there would be a party, a number of people because it was like a corridor. So there would be a number of people watching. Someone at the farthest end, someone in the middle, someone near, so that it is not one person screaming from the farthest end of the veranda telling you that the teacher is coming or the prefect is coming. So there would be like a line of 3 or 4 people before the message reaches those who are buying. And sometimes it would be just the one person or 2 people going to buy for all of us. And then it would be brought, and then we eat. There was a canteen. In school there was bread, there was bananas, sometimes mandazi, sometimes cake. But we loved buying from the fence because there were no sweet potatoes at the school canteen. Yeah, so that is grade 7. Class 7, not grade 7, class 7.